Okay, family, we are back at it. We're still sticking with Psycho-Cybernetics, Maxwell Maltz. I'm just not going to not finish this book. I'm just not. I'm telling you now, so I'm excited, and we're going to finish it because it's too good to stop. All right, listen to this. We're still in chapter 12, and he's talking about, we people have conditioning, and we overreact in different situations because we may be conditioned to overreact. And he says these are 3 ways to avoid overreacting and acting poorly in situations. He says number 1 is, let's say the phone rings, you in the middle of something, but you choose to go answer the phone and get all off in another direction on a different conversation, subject, energy, feelings, emotions altogether. He said you don't have to do that. You got to compartmentalize what you're doing. And so he says, basically, the telephone is ringing, but I don't have to answer. Just let it ring. The point is, like anything, we can just choose not to think about it. I am going to think about this later. You get a text message. You get into the first 6 words, and you see the direction this is going. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that right now. That doesn't mean I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to communicate. I'm not going to address the situation. It just means I'm choosing not to address it right now. So the first way to avoid overreacting is just choose to think about it later. I'm not putting any thought energy into this right now. I'm going to choose to think about this later. Number 2, let's say maybe you need to actually put a number or amount of time. He says count to 10. You get a situation that comes up that could potentially be like a disturbing situation, just count to 10 before you respond. Count to 10 to think about it from another angle. Count to 10 gives you a second to put yourself in the other person's shoes. So number 1 is choose to think about it later. Number 2 is count to 10 before you even respond. And number 3, he says you can just wait 2 minutes. Let's say you can't think about it later, counting to 10 is just you ain't even had a chance to regroup your thoughts. He says, well, at least wait 2 minutes. Create some space between you and this situation that's disturbing. It gives you a chance to inhale and exhale. He says 3 inhales and an exhale is easy enough to take a step back and create the space to approach the situation differently. He says he had one client. When she felt that she simply had to run away, she would say to herself, very well, but not this very minute. I will delay leaving the room for 2 minutes. I can refuse to obey for only 2 minutes. Basically, you could be in a situation where your conditioning tell you was bad, but just wait 2 minutes. If you come into a room and you get in the party, looks like these are not the type of people want to be around, but if very well could be something they value, wait 2 minutes. Basically, any situation, you can give it 2 minutes and see if you like it or not. So 3 ways to avoid overreacting in any situation that could potentially be disturbing. Number 1, you can choose to think about it later. Just because the phone's ringing don't mean I got to answer it right now. Number 2, count to 10. Give yourself a little bit of distance. And number 3, if you can, give it 2 minutes. You can wait 2 minutes to respond, or you can stay there 2 minutes and with the group that you're with just to kind of see where it's going. To create some space for you to inhale and exhale. All right, family? I love reading these books. I hope you guys I'm reading it for me. I swear I am. I swear I'm reading it for me. My motto, my attitude is I'm working so hard on being positive. I don't have time to be negative. I'm sharing that energy with you, and I hope you're getting something out of it. I love you guys. We'll run this play again tomorrow. Thank God I didn't quit, and we get paid to read these books. Psycho-Cybernetics.